And we're live. Hi, everyone. Come on in. The water's fine. Who's here? I'm drinking a great big bottle of Gerolsteiner mineral water, Trader Joe's. It's great stuff. By the way, I saw it on, somebody had it on a top 10 healthy foods list, which was really interesting because this mineral water has more minerals than any of them, and it's very high in calcium, magnesium, potassium, sulfate. It's got everything in it, so it's a really good electrolyte replacer. Did you know that? And when you consider the fact that I am without my beloved hot melt mix, isn't that sad? My daughter doesn't even have any. That's just, that's what I'm going to do. Well, hi, Vanessa. Good to see you. Good to see you. So good to see everybody. Thanks for coming in. Come on in. Let's get filled up. Tell all your friends, buttercups. We've been getting ready for Caroline's birthday. She's got about 18 people coming tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be food blogger heaven. So I might do a little Facebook Live and show you everyone and introduce you to everyone and their websites and see what they're doing. Because how fun is that, right? We need more food in our lives. Anyway, so we did that, and we are doing we're doing Cornish game hens. And we bought all these Cornish game hens, thawed them all out, and then had to cut them all in half. And I almost got a little blister right here, cutting all those things in half. But what fun. It was really great. I think I'm messing with everybody because there's only 10 people in. I know we have more than that. There's my girl, Gwen. Come on in. Are you guys sharing this and getting everybody in? Or is everybody just completely messed up because I changed my time because of my time zone? I don't know. Does not matter. Anyway, today is it was a big work day. We had lots of things that we needed to do, and we're out. Caroline is going to be putting together some spectacular, they're going to be glorious, beautiful floral arrangements. I'm going to show you. I'm going to really showcase my daughter. I'm very proud of her. She does beautiful work. She does beautiful florals. She knows how to cook. She's extraordinary. She has a lot of talent. And when I show you all the things that she's doing, you'll be able to see her stuff. And by the way, her website is called inheritedsalt.com, which I think is a really cool name. And you can always check out her stuff. She sends out newsletters and recipes and whatnot on occasion. There's Marianne. Good to see you. Who else is here? Who else is here who hasn't said hello yet? And as you can tell, I am not at home. I am in beautiful Portland, Oregon. And Caroline lives on this glorious property. We've been watching the jays and all the birds feeding and what have you. It's just so beautiful. There's Susan and Amy. Hi. Guess who else is there? I see Jenny. Jenny on the block. She's here. Good to see everyone. So anyway, remember I told you I was going to award the Mindful Mug to the person who shared the most and said something about the shares. Well, I am delighted to announce who won. Hi, Catherine. It's not Catherine, but close. It's Tammy Jameson. And Tammy Jameson is in our sprint group. I believe Tammy is also, if I'm not mistaken, she's either in Hot Melt or Take Back Your Life or one of them. Tammy Jameson is incredible, and she shared and says lovely things when she shares. And flattery gets you everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's very sweet, and I have been watching Tammy since September just transform before our eyes. Well, the other week she put up pictures, and she's just a night and day person, different person, and she was sharing how fabulous she felt, and that she was also the joy of being able to do simple non-scale victories. And she's one of them. She's been sharing a lot of different things, and I'm just so proud of her. So Tammy, you have a Mindful Mug coming to you, and we're so proud of you. And thank you so much for your support, your continued support, and for being a part of the Sprint community, for sharing your victories and sharing all the things, because we just love you. We love you, and we're so proud of you, aren't we? Yes, Joanne said she is. And Amy and Joanne, they both know. They see her, and they're watching her. And it's a beautiful thing to watch somebody transform before your eyes. It is the cocoon, the butterflies coming out of the cocoon, it's lovely. And have you noticed too that as you do the physical transformation, that the work involved is in the head. It's between your ears. That's the biggie. And have you noticed how much you're changing too, and how much stronger you are, and how much more glorious you feel? I mean, it's just really, it's something. It's a whole different way of looking at life. So I just love it. Anyway, congratulations, Tammy. I can't wait to send you this mug. I will be sending this mug to you this week. All right. The other thing is, you guys, we have, if you want free shipping, there are ways to get free shipping, even though free shipping went bye-bye last month. If you order Crave Crusher, you can get free shipping. And it's not just Crave Crusher. If you put Crave Crusher in your box, everything you order is free when you make your order. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Plus, this is one of the best things that I can think of to do the collagen challenge with as well. And if you don't know about the collagen challenge, you get that absolutely free when you order our collagen, which is called Perfect Paleo Protein. You'll get that free, and that's a $27 value, where you learn about the importance of using collagen and what it's all good for. This is one of the things that just is a life-changing thing. It is. It's a life-changing thing to watch your skin get better, to make yourself feel better. It does things for your joints, and every single cell in your body needs collagen, and we show you how to do it. So check that out. Go to savingdinner.com/collagen, and you can get that, or you can get it free if you want to just order your collagen. It's that simple. And what else do we have to tell you about? Oh, and if you want free shipping, this is super easy. All you have to do is put Crave Crusher in your box, and like I said, anything else, and then in the code, you put ships free. Ships free will get you free shipping. It'll just knock the shipping costs right out of it. We're cool that way. Isn't that nice? And the other thing about Crave Crusher that you should know is Crave Crusher is fantastic stuff. And I take a half a dose. I don't even take the full dose. The full dose is 4 capsules, and you don't even need to do that. But it helps with the mood as well. It helps with satiety, and obviously it gives you a real sense of control, which, I'm sorry, but those of us who have food addiction problems, control is a really good thing. I love that. I think I told you everything. The only thing that I haven't told you is that you need to save the date for April 18th. April 18th is our full bloom event. And I'm telling you, we are going to have a great time. We already have tons of people. I think we're up to 30, 40 people. I'm not sure how many. We have room for 100, I think, if I can find a venue. But it's going to be amazing. And you can find all the information out about it. We have a meet and greet the night before if you want to do that level of fun and meet the whole gang. Danny's going to be there. Jenny's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Mark's going to be there. And we're going to be having dry farm wines, lots of appetizers, all Sprint approved. And you'll just see how lovely and how wonderful this kind of a thing is, and elevate your sense of community, elevate your friendships, and meet each other in the flesh. Especially if you have a body clutter buddy, it's just amazing. There's my girl, Cassie. Hi, Cassie. I was thinking about you today. I was thinking I messed up your lunchtime by changing my times around. Anyway, I love Crave Crusher. I love our Bloom event. I love our little mindful mug. I love all the things. These are all my love things because it's Valentine's Day and I'm full of love and you guys are throwing me hearts, which makes me love you even more. Thank you for that. Well, you know what today is, right? Today's Q&A. And by the way, if you have questions, all you have to do is send them in to Saving Dinner. In the subject line, you put question for Leanne on Friday, and then they get put onto a little table here, which I'm about to pull up. And guess what? When we do that, guess what we do? We answer the questions. And I think that's always very important to answer the questions. Let me see, make sure I have it all here. And we answer them. Here, where are they? There they are. All right, so we have questions. You know about Full Bloom, right? So you go to savingdinner.com/bloom and you can get all the information there. I hope you consider joining us because there's just nothing like it on the planet. We're going to have a great time. So we have, and I need to figure this out. I'm sure Jenny will help me out. But as the questions come in, some of them are old, so I hope I don't read them over. I just can't figure out, of all things, you click on the box and you think that they should disappear now, but no, they're not disappearing. So I don't know what the thing is on this. The first one that I have is from Denise. So we're going to go ahead and answer all these questions. And Denise says, what do you think of beet powder supplements? Okay. So, beets are fantastic things. Beets, they're wonderful. They're detoxers for the liver. They help with blood pressure. So if you're taking blood pressure medication or whatever and eating a lot of beets, you might want to talk about that. Beets have so many good qualities and they're good, healthy food. And, you can always tell the quality of food that you're eating based on the color. When it has a really solid, beautiful color, it usually means that there's phytonutrients in there, especially from the outside all the way in. So I've told you this before, like a peach versus an apple, which one's going to have the most phytonutrients? The peach. The peach is going to be full of beta carotene. It tells you the color. Tells you. So that is a superfood. Those are considered superfoods. Beets are superfoods. The one thing about beets that's a difficult thing is they are high in sugar. And, some people don't like them. Some people think they're awful. But they are unfortunately high in sugar, but they're also high in fiber. And they are, wonderful foods. I'm not big on going out and finding a beet supplement. What I would do instead, and we just happen to have it, we have Just Juice Veggies in our shop. It has beets. It also has broccoli seeds in it. It has all the different things in it. You just take a look and see what all of the different things are that are in it. It is 5 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables in one little scoop. This is one of the best things in the whole world. So I would say, rather than just go with the beet supplement, why not go with a broad range and get the boost up with all the nutrients? And there's fiber, and ours has prebiotic, probiotic in it, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. And Amy said she's right, and it tastes good. It does taste good. I have a couple of people who are doing this. They wrote me in and told me about this, but they use in the afternoon, they do Just Juice Veggies and a scoop also of hot melt mix and a scoop of fiber mender. Who knew? And it's a nice little boost up in the afternoon. Yeah, there's a little calorie in there, but not much. And the sugar is just like almost non-existent. And lots of fiber. And with all of that hydration and everything else, it's going to keep you out of from having a snack attack, right? Snacks are just evil. We know what snacks are, right? Snacks are full-on mouth entertainment, nothing more. But this stuff is it's amazing. So Just Juice Veggies, I would do that before I would do just a plain, beet thing. Emily, hi, good to see you. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really, really a good one. Okay, so Moxie, let's see here. I have pernicious anemia and iron anemia. I'm finding it hard to manage these. I self-inject with B12 regularly. You have to do that with pernicious anemia, which is different than any other kind of anemia, by the way. It's an autoimmune disease. And that just means that you're exhausted all the time, too. So it's a tough one. But the carb cravings the supplements give me, I don't know about this, are destroying my efforts to maintain my weight loss of 34 kilograms. Any suggestion or actual meals or snacks I could make or buy would be fantastic. It's confusing when they start talking about what reacts with iron in a way that negates its consumption, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I do know what you mean. And, the best thing that I can tell you is to be really fiber conscious and really nail down your fiber. Artichoke hearts are wonderful things for that kind of a thing. And usually the carb cravings, a lot of times for people with pernicious anemia, because of the B12 deficiency, is sugar, even more so than the carb. And so I would just, it is hard. Yes, it is hard, but it's not impossible. I would use an L-glutamine supplement that you can find them, I'm sure, in New Zealand somewhere, even on your Amazon accounts. But you fight it like anything else, and you don't fall into the pattern of saying, well, I have this, so therefore it's that. Because if I did that, I would still be 237 pounds, because of Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's, that just really is hard on your metabolism. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. And I'll say the same thing to you. You have an autoimmune condition that makes it a little bit harder, but it's not impossible. So instead of saying it's just so hard and I can't manage this and I can't do that, what can you do? Well, you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Use the tools. You've got intermittent fasting, you've got hydration, you've got L-glutamine, like I just talked about, and keeping the carbs low. Keeping the carbs low is going to keep you out of that vicious cycle of constantly feeding that kind of a thing, because it just does. It just gets a little bit ridiculous, and we all fall into that. It doesn't matter if you have this particular autoimmune disease, or I have this one over here. We're all going to be given certain obstacles to overcome. But remember last week's quote? If you have, if what was the quote? I don't even remember what the quote was, but the whole thing was, if you've got Goliath in front of you, there must be a David inside of you. So I just say that to you, Moxie. Don't allow this kind of thinking in. Just refuse to go there. You've lost all of that weight, and now having this kind of a talk and saying it's going to come back because of all of this, absolutely not, unless you believe it. And I say refuse that kind of talk. It's not worth it. So that's what I say about that. And I know you're strong enough to do this. I know you're in our group. You're in Take Back Your Life. You have got it, girl. You flex that muscle and stay strong. Don't fall to this kind of thing. Don't believe the lies. That's just not true. You can do this. So there. I believe in you. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, I was reading the Hot Melt Diet, and it said not to intermittent fast every day because it could throw their sex hormones out of balance. I've been trying to go 12 hours from the time I stop eating at night to the next day, and that's good. Should you not do it every day? Okay, so I appreciate one. That's from Amy. Now, Amy, when this was written was in 2016, and in 2016, intermittent fasting did not have the research it now has today. This is a note to self. It is time for me to edit this. That's not true. And all of the research is showing us, as a matter of fact, that it is to your advantage to go ahead and to intermittently fast. It is to your advantage, and it does help to straighten out your sex hormones. I believe that this was this study that I read on this whole thing about throwing off your sex hormones, also based on women who were athletes as well. And for the rest of us, we just need all the tools we can get. Intermittent fasting is a tool. It's something that we can pull out. It really does help to monitor how we eat. And if we're constantly grazing like a baby cow, out in the pasture, I've talked about this before, we just don't have the ability to be able to handle that. It's not good for us. It's constant blood sugar staying up, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. We need to have our blood sugars go down, and we need to have our blood sugar come back up when we eat. That's how it is. When we respect and know and understand our physiology, we do better. And intermittent fasting, stopping, you're eating after dinner, no eating after dinner, and then waiting until at least 12 hours before you eat again, and most of that's going to be done sleeping anyway, is the way to honor that system. And, for this particular thing, that just means I need to do a new edit. All the new studies have come out because as intermittent fasting got a little bit more popular, finally more research was done, and that's just not the case. So at the time, that was all that was available. Denise is asking, where do you get broccoli seeds to sprout? I get mine on Amazon, and they're, it's about $24 for a bag, but I've had mine for 2 years, and it's fine. They work just fine. And I'm sure they're dead now. When I get home, my little broccoli sprouts are probably going to not look so good in the tray. But they just take a minute. And I seriously recommend, for broccoli sprouts, well, first of all, I recommend that you do them all the time, not just the sprint times. It is such an easy, good way to totally bump up your nutrition. The other thing is get some radish sprouts too and throw some of those, do a tray of those. They are just absolutely delicious and very, very punchy and a little spicy flavor, even a little hot, which is really fun. I tried mustard seeds. I was not good with that. It didn't work out very well, but broccoli seeds are the best. I also use the trays. You can find the trays as well on Amazon. I've tried the jar method. I have never been able to do the jar. They just mold in the jar. And you don't want to be eating moldy sprouts. That'll make you sick. So what I do is, this is exactly how I do it. Once my sprouts are all sprouted, and you just, every day you rinse them in that tray and you just let them sit out and they drain, you know, from into the tray, into the little plastic thing. And then when it's time to harvest them, what I'll do is I'll take, you know, a big bunch of the sprouts out and I'll put them directly on a paper towel so that the bottom part can get wet. And I take some scissors and I cut the little darkest root ends off, just in case there's any mold in there, because that's one of the problems with sprouts. You don't want that. So I really like doing it that way, and I'll show you sometime when I do it. But it's fantastic. Broccoli sprouts are cheap, they're easy, and they're one way to really boost up your nutrition in a way that I highly recommend. They're also, the component sulforaphane is in there, and sulforaphane is one of the most potent and carcinogenic anti-carcinogenic substances on the planet. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that. We all need that. You know, when you consider that 1 in 3 people in this world get cancer, we need to be really on top of things, right? Stay really on top of things. My doctor, this is from Cindy, and she said, my doctor is pushing me to do the Metamucil thing. I'm kind of on the fence about it. So she also had a question here, which I'm not finding about Metamucil. Okay, where is that? I don't understand this thing. Maybe it needs to be, maybe I need to put this thing on a different, I've got it on Safari. Maybe it needs to be on Chrome or something, because it's just not, it's not helping me out. Oh, here it is. Let's see. I saw a commercial on the radio about the Metamucil Fiber Challenge. There you go. How does it compare to Fiber Mender? Okay. And her doctor's pushing her to do this. All right, let's understand, first of all, what is Metamucil? Basically, it's psyllium husks. You know, psyllium husk is just from a plant, and there's a lot of fiber in there. The thing about that's good, which is it's very much like, in a sense, it's a lot like ours, but not. It has the ability to hold a lot of water, to go through your gut, and to, you know, basically clean house. So does ours. But ours is even better because ours is a prebiotic, so it's feeding the good guys down there, which is really important. And ours swells up to 200 times its size. So you've seen me take out the itty bitty tiny little scoop. I actually have it over there, but I'm not going to get up and go get it. You've seen me take out the itty bitty tiny scoop, and it just grows, really grows, and it does a major thing to your tummy. You know, first of all, it keeps you full, and second of all, it's fantastic because of you know, all the things that it does. And it helps with cholesterol and your blood pressure. It helps with all kinds of things, and any kind of fiber will do that. Metamucil, I have a problem with, though, honestly. First of all, it has aspartame in it. Why? I don't understand. It just does, because I guess they want it to taste better. It also has some scary food colorings in there. I think it's red dye number 4, red dye number 2. I'm not sure which one it is. I read about it earlier. And I was just thinking, why would you mess with fiber? So if you want to do a fiber challenge, my suggestion is that you start doing it like this. 1, I say use Fiber Mender, because once you are a Fiber Mender user, you'll understand how amazing it is. And I know I have a lot of people here that are on right now who use Fiber Mender. Stuff's incredible. And by the way, we will have a Fiber Mender 4.0 coming out soon, and I'll tell you all about that a little later. It's not quite ready yet. But anyway, Fiber Mender is incredible, and it does help to mend your gut. That's why it's in there. That's what all of this does. Psyllium, Margie's asking, does it cause bloating? Psyllium can cause bloating, and psyllium can also make you a little bit sick to your stomach. It can also swell up, and you'll just really have to be, any kind of fiber supplement, you have to be on point with your hydration, or you're going to get constipated. And that's not what it's about. So you need to make sure that as it's going in, you're also drinking a lot of water. But again, I'm not a lover of Metamucil, no offense to them, but they put a lot of crap in there that just really didn't need to be in there. If you want just a plain psyllium husk, go to Trader Joe's or Amazon and just order plain psyllium without the aspartame, without the coloring, and just call it a day. Now, as you know, with Metamucil, with the psyllium husk, it just gets very thick, and it becomes a very thick and vicious type of a stuff. This is the same thing as well that you have with fiber mender. It just becomes really glunky as well. I guess the word is glunky. And yes, fiber mender is made with konjac root, but it's not just any just random konjac root. There's the way that has been done. It's a patented process in the way it's been done, and it's amazing because it swells to the size that it does, and it has a bunch of research that goes with it, and it will help you, is in conjunction with our Get Lean probiotic. It will help you to lose weight naturally without doing anything. So I really, really, really like that. I think that's really an amazing thing. So if you want to do a fiber challenge, here's how to do it. Take fiber mender daily. That would be my fiber recommendation for sure, because it's so good. And secondarily, take a look at what it is that you're eating. Add in artichoke hearts. Add in, if you're able and capable, berries would be a good thing. I'd do 1/3 of a cup of berries every day, especially raspberries have lots of fiber in, like 8 grams of fiber in 1/3 of a cup, I believe. Or maybe it's 1/2 cup. I'm not sure. I don't have it all memorized. But those are the kind of things, some seeds, some greens, good leafy greens. Leafy greens are a probiotic as well, and they have lots of good fiber in there. All of these things add up, and as you're taking all that fiber in, you don't have to do it with whole grains, by the way. You just don't. You don't have to be eating a bunch of grains to do that. What you need to be eating, though, is good whole foods and foods that are high in fiber. You can get that with broccoli, cabbage. All the cruciferous vegetables are high in fiber as well. So just take a look at that and really bump it up. Every single meal, be fiber conscious. You can do that with your smoothie. There goes the fiber mender. You can do that at lunch. Put it, salad in with a protein and artichoke hearts and all the rest of it. You can do it again at dinner. So it's up to you. That's a really important thing to do. And the other thing is you can, if you're not, too carb conscious, you can also go with a resistant starch, which is also very high in fiber. Now, the way to do it with a baked potato, for example, is cook your baked potato, put it in the refrigerator, and then reheat it. Or you can do the same thing with a little bit of white rice. And it needs to be cold, brought to the place of being cold, and then reheated. I don't know why, but it's just that's how the resistant starch is. And it doesn't register as well, as hard, as you would say, I guess, as it doesn't register. It bypasses the stomach and goes into your gut as a resistant starch. I don't recommend that for everyone, but it works. Okay, so what else do we have here? Wow, I got some more, it looks like. Amy, let's see, where do I get broccoli seeds? Also, I have a few of the supplements. Fiber Mender, L-glutamine, hot melt mix. Still have cravings. Thinking of the Crave Crusher and Leptofix. But I get confused when you take all these things. And do you take them daily? Yes, I do. I know, it's crazy. I do. And, I should really show you. I will show you. Probably I'll do a show tomorrow as we're getting ready. But I'll show you. I have a little bag. I made baggies for every single day with all of my supplements in. And yes, I take them every day. They help. Leptofix is something that you take in the morning because it helps to fix your leptin. When you fix your leptin, which is a hormone excreted really by your fat, and that helps a lot with your cravings. It helps a lot with the hunger part of things because as you're losing weight, unfortunately, we break our leptin. That's one of the problems. We need to be really cautious of fixing the leptin, and that's exactly what Leptofix does. The Crave Crusher works together in tandem. They're wonderful. Leptofix you take on an empty stomach. Crave Crusher you take with food, and it just makes all of the difference in the world. It's incredible. And everything, if you look at honestly, go take a look at my store. And I say this because every single thing that I put in my store is something that I wanted for myself, you know? Food addict, that's me. Carb addict, that's me. You know, wanting to lose weight. I mean, I know, yes, we need B complex, we need vitamin D, we need a few other things. So we're going to have some core vitamins coming along the line. Again, I told you, we're just working really hard on some more supplements. But understand this, that everything in there has a reason, and I take it all. I take every single thing in there. I take SAMe and the Leptofix before in the morning with coffee, you know, on an empty stomach. That's it. I take that in the morning. And then the rest of it, it all goes into my little bag of tricks where I have all my little supplements. And I take Digeszymes with every single meal, which, by the way, that is a game changer. If you have any kind of bloating or indigestion or whatever, especially if you're a woman, especially postmenopausal women, that is something that you need to be looking at, because our digestive capabilities go down as we get older, and all those digestive enzymes make for you feeling good and your body being able to use all of the nutrients that are in your food. If you can't use it, what's the point, right? Amy's asking, what is a cruciferous vegetables? It's all the stinky stuff. It's the sulfur. There's sulfur vegetables as well. It's cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, those kind of things. Those are the Brussels sprouts. Those are cruciferous vegetables, and they're so good for you. You should be looking at having that all the time. The other thing that I love is that cabbage, you know, lasts forever. They absolutely last forever. So you can, those are the harder vegetables. Remember I told you that, like, as far as doing any kind of meal planning or whatever, that you should always be eating all your delicates first, and then later on you go into using, you know, the harder stuff during the week. All right, let's see what else we have here. No, I don't believe. Okay, does the pH of our drinking water impact weight loss or health? You know, there is a lot of talk about pH, and my friend Anna Kabecka, as a matter of fact, that's one of her big things. She's all, this is alkaline, this is acidic, and you can get all wrapped up in that. And I say, let's go with the basics first. You know, I don't want to get wrapped up in that. For me, the most important thing is making sure that you have a ton of green vegetables in your life, that you be eating green vegetables all the time, that you have, you know, your mindful meal planning all has to do with making sure that you've got the green and the fiber in there, just like we were talking about a minute ago. That's more important. And then, you know, drink some mineral water, drink some, this would be a better thing. Now, I drink seltzer and all that other kind of stuff all the time, but the very best thing you could do is be drinking a lot of mineral water, because why? They've got minerals in it. It's not just a bunch of, you know, sparkly water. It's good stuff. So there's a little bit of extra in there. So I really like that. I'm all about the extra. Let's see, what else do we have here? Moxie. Oh, this one's from Bobby. And she says, how does the autoimmune diet differ from hot melt? Why choose one over the other? Okay, so this is a really good question, because, and I've had this question before, and I think it's important to understand it. Food sensitivities is a thing. It's a real thing. And if you have a food sensitivity and you're unable, and you feel terrible, like, you know, eggs or dairy, or, you know, one of the common ones, you know, believe it or not, there's 7 very common ones. Gluten is one, obviously. Gluten, citrus, seafood. What else? Nuts can be one. Of course, I can't remember them all, dairy, etc. But there's 7 big ones. And if you have those food sensitivities, it's a really important idea to stay away from that stuff. And an autoimmune diet, what it does is make sure that you're staying away from those things, staying away from nuts, it's staying away from dairy, it's staying away from things that could be a sensitivity, it's staying away from nightshades, you know, like tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, things like that. So staying away from those things will help to correct that. That's what an autoimmune diet is, because autoimmunity, like Hashimoto's or like pernicious anemia we were just talking about, there's a ton of autoimmune diseases out there, thousands and thousands. And autoimmunity, because it's such a deal, a lot of times food sensitivity comes along in there. So you might want to stay away from, those kind of things if you have, if you have sensitive type of a, like if you bloat when you eat eggs or you get a skin rash when you eat dairy, you might want to take a look at food sensitivity. Order a food sensitivity kit. You can order them for like $75, I believe, on Amazon, or you can go to a lot of, and there's a ton of them on there. But I've also ordered the ones off of lifeextension.com. They're good, and I like them. They're good people, so I've ordered them there before to see what your food sensitivities are. And that way you'll understand you can eating this clean diet. Hot melt is basically a clean version of the keto diet. It's a little higher in fat. We won't necessarily be staying away from foods that are in the nightshade family, for example. You might see a tomato in there or something. You might see different things in there. The other thing is the autoimmune diet isn't necessarily a low carb one. Yes, Rhonda, our probiotics are dairy free. Both of them are. You won't see that. So you just don't, it's a matter of like, what are you trying to accomplish here? If you have food sensitivity, it'd be a good idea to go on an autoimmune diet. If you are trying to lose weight and trying to feel better, trying to get rid of the brain fog and all of that, I would suggest that you go on hot melt and give that a try. Okay. Where do you get us? I think I have everything here. Yep, because that was Emily last week. What do I think? I think I did it. Yay. All right, so that's what I have for you today. That was Q&A all day long. So don't forget, if you want shipping for free, and don't we all? Put Crave Pressure in your cart and say, put ships free as the code. You can buy anything. You can buy all the things in the cart. We had a woman last week who did just that. She got everything and she paid no shipping. It all went shipped to her for free. You just have to live in the United States so we can do that for you. Everything in the cart, everything in the store, we have one hot melt mix, I believe is back ordered. But we just got word today that it's out for delivery for tomorrow. So it will all of those orders will be fulfilled. I'm sorry, I don't know how we ran out of that so quickly, but we did. And what else do I have? That's it. And I'm going to bring you guys in on all the things that Caroline and I are doing. And I want you to see, don't forget, it's her birthday tomorrow. And you know what would be a really good gift for me is if that you would share her website, inheritedsalt.com, especially with any, she's a millennial food blogger. I say she's a second generation food blogger, right? It's going to be such a fun time. We have wine, we've got all the food planned out and everything. And I can't wait to show you the floral arrangement. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to do some stuff. And Caroline does a lot of stuff on Instagram. So you can follow her on Instagram at Inherited Salt if you want to see her stories and all the stuff that she puts together. She has beautiful work. And anyway, that's my baby, 30 years old. Can you believe it? I was like 10 when I had her. Ah. All right, I guess I'm done with that. I knew that old joke was going to come up, didn't you? All right. That's all I have for you today. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and for putting up with me. I really appreciate you guys. You're the best. I'll talk to you later, you guys. Peace.